Hi guys, Elle here. I have something truly special to share with you guys today. It is the Tabula Mundi Tarot, the Coloris Arcus edition. That's right, the deck is done. This deck has been years in the making. It is Meleen's magnum opus. It's an incredible accomplishment. The book and the deck, the art and the amount of detail and knowledge that has been mushed into this amazing deck it's mind-blowing. So I backed the deck on Kickstarter, so I have a few extras and little goodies to show you guys too. But it just came a few days ago. I have not opened it yet. We are going to experience the magic of these cards for the first time together. Don't ask me how I haven't torn into it yet. I don't know. But I did tear into the book. I devoured this book, you guys. This is the accompanying book for the Tabula Mundi Tarot, Book M, Liber Mundi by Meleen. It is a meaty, amazing book. I read it in like a day. I couldn't stop. And I will be rereading it 2,000 times probably. And it's a great reference to have too. You can just keep diving back into it. I thought that the first, like her text for the Rosetta Tarot, her first deck, was great. It's one of my favorite books probably. And this blows even that out of the water. This book doesn't feel repetitive or like it's a rehashing of the themes and the things that she talks about in the Rosetta Tarot. There are certainly threads of thought maybe that that are unique to her and to her understanding of the tarot that weave their way through both books, which is to be expected. You know, it's the same artist, it's the same author, but it didn't feel repetitive or like we're just doing the same thing again. There is completely really new and really unique and really inventive symbolism and imagery in this deck. And that's what she explores here. Where her first deck, the Rosetta Tarot, was really sort of a Thoth clone, you could say. This deck still follows Crowley's structure. It still has a very Golden Dawn structure to the entire thing, and plenty of thelemic and Kabbalistic and astrological ideas that are all very, come right from Crowley and Golden Dawn. She really has just incorporated so much other good stuff into it. So where, Crowley's Thoth deck incorporates all these thelemic ideas, and all the other Golden Dawn-ish decks are almost wholly steeped in this like esoteric, hermetic, Kabbalistic sort of a world. You still find that in the Tabula Mundi for sure, on the cards visually, and of course in the book. She's taken that world and she's just expanded and put her own ideas, her own innovations, her own personal, view of the tarot into everything. But she's also taken from myriads of other sources. There are alchemical ideas, which I personally just love seeing. Lots and lots of various mythological references all throughout. Like there's Odin as the hanged man on the world tree. And of course, lots of Egyptian references too. But she's taken bits and pieces from like all over the world from different mythologies. And there's amazing references throughout to historic things, to different philosophies, to just the universal occult knowledge in general. It's all been infused into this deck. Real quick, before I flip the camera down, I just want to show you guys a few of the goodies that I got with the deck and book set from backing it on Kickstarter. So one of the little goodies was this bad boy right here. That is a bumper sticker. How fucking great is that? Heru is my muse. Hell yeah. If you guys don't know anything about Heru, H-R-U right here, is basically the angel of the tarot, or god of the tarot. It comes from Golden Dawn invocations. Crowley even included it in his in the Book of Thoth. If you guys have ever read that, and I think she included it in Book M here. Hang on. Yeah, I got it. So the most common invocation that you'll hear is this: in the divine name Iao, I invoke thee, thou great angel Heru, who art set over the operations of this secret wisdom. Lay thine hand invisibly on these consecrated cards of art, and thereby I may obtain true knowledge of hidden things, to the glory of the ineffable name. Amen. You find Heru invoked in a couple of other places, but there's really very little information about this angel. It's this mysterious being, really, this mysterious entity, Heru. There's lots and lots of lively debate on lots of different forums, on magic forums, Golden Dawn forums, tarot forums, about what it really represents, what the angel is, what its origins are, what the letters HRU stand for. Is it Egyptian in origin, Enochian? Is it fucking, it's crazy. Do a little search on Google if you want to get some more information, or just get confused even more. I do make that association, and a lot of people make it, that Heru has these Egyptian origins, and that it is very similar to the god Horus, the Egyptian god Horus, whose name is also Heru and spelled like that in Egyptian, basically HRU. It's a fascinating thing, and I love that she's drawn attention to it. It's not very Heru isn't a very common thing that people talk about in tarot circles, so it's really cool to see that. I was gonna put this on my computer on the top of my laptop, but I just had an idea. Are you ready? Look at this. Does it fit? Oh my god, it totally does. I might just put that on my YouTube chair. I got these 3 little pieces of paper that basically provide a link to download a PDF file. So I got 3 of them. One of them is a treatise on the color scales. Part 1, it's like a 13-page article. I downloaded them all, they're on my computer. But it just talks about the Golden Dawn color association, the Golden Dawn color scales. If you've never looked into that stuff, it's really quite fascinating how the colors combine based on the Sephirot, and you see it in the Thoth deck where every color is very specific, what's represented there because of its associations on the Tree of Life. Anyway, good stuff. It was a great article. The other one's a field guide to the Tabula Mundi, which was another article basically, but it talked about all the different animals that are utilized or represented in the tarot deck. So it lists and explains all the natural animals that you see in the deck, and then it also lists all the mythologic animals, Cerberus and what else, sphinxes and all the kind of stuff that you see in the deck. And the last one was my personal favorite. It is also a PDF file, but it's all handwritten in calligraphy. The image is beautiful. I'm definitely going to print it out and frame it. But what it is a poem that she wrote called Who is Heru? She calls it a Seuss-style poem in the form of a riddle. And it is truly, truly beautiful. Actually, I have to share a little bit of it with you. I won't read the whole thing. I don't want to give it all away if you guys are expecting it or if you can find it. I don't think you can purchase these files on her site right now, but hopefully she'll put them back out there. Hang on, let me pull it up. Okay, I pulled up the poem. I should have pulled it up on my tablet so I could show you how beautifully this is written, but anyway, it's a fairly long poem. There's 6 stanzas, I guess. And this is the first stanza. It's a riddle, it's a koan, and we don't have much to go on, but the lexicon of letters and the message they construe. Will we know it if they show it? Will we even undergo it? Knock on doors and talk the tokens, till they tell us who is Heru. Wait, I got one more. I'm gonna skip. Some say Heru is really Horus, Heru Raha, who is for us, and there may be something to it. Heru might be the spawn of Nuit. True, there may be some affinity with the child of divinity. Who among the gods like you will discover who is Heru? Right? It's so good. No, there's lots more. Yeah, totally gonna print that out. She's got it so it prints out on one page and you can frame it like an 8x10, I think. I gotta find some pretty paper. So that's just some of the goodies I got. I'll share a couple more with you when we flip the camera down. Let's do it. There we go. Still decorated for fall. Okay, here is a close-up of that bumper sticker. That is actually the art card, the Temperance card, number 14. You see where this deck is going? Oh my god. Amazing. Amazing! The color is just phenomenal. I held off getting this deck. It's actually been available for quite a little bit now in a black and white version. At first she just released the Major Arcana in a black and white edition, and then the entire 78 card deck, just the black and white before she colored it. Nox et Lux is what that edition is called, and you can still actually get that on tarotcart.com. That's where you go to buy her decks. I will list all of her websites down below. You can go to rosettatarot.com, I think, tabulamundi.com. Also, another little goodie I got is what you see right back here. This is the Justice card, or the Adjustment card. And I got this big, like, postcard version of it. This is the black and white backings. The backs of the Coloris Arcus edition are all colored, and they're holographic also. There's like holograms on the back of those cards, guys. You're gonna die. Oh my god. But that's what it looks like. That's what the Nox et Lux edition looks like, I believe, the backs of the cards. But the front of this one is all colored, and there's even, do you see that? That silver, like, inlay, embossed, really, I guess it is, at the bottom. Isn't that gorge? She reminds me of like an ice skater balancing as she swishes around the ice. But do you see the amount of detail and all the amazing symbolism on these cards? It's peacock feathers, and she's weighing a heart against a feather, just like Ma'at, like you see on a lot of Justice cards. And around the scales here, there's serpents, and there's like music notes all behind her. And this is one of those decks, guys, that it's like you'll spend months, I'm sure I will spend months getting to know it and going deeper and deeper and just looking at every little thing on these cards. There's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun studying this deck and getting to know it. It's an experience, learning the deck. It's not a deck that you really just pick up and go. I think Pagan Otherworlds sort of is kind of a deck like that. You know, there's still layers of symbolism there, and there's lots to explore in that deck. But you really can just kind of pick it up and go. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this is not that kind of a deck. You really have to sit with it and explore it, and yeah, it'll be fun. This postcard, actually, when it came in a little beautiful, like, black envelope like that with the Tabula Mundi symbol up there. Tabula Mundi, by the way, means a picture of the world, and it's all explained in the book, which, really, guys, it's kind of vital. I think that this book is kind of a must with this deck. There is just, it's so different than anything else, and she talks about everything. Everything that needs to be talked about is talked about in this amazing book. Look, it came with a little bookmark. And it's signed by Meleen. Book M, Liber Mundi. The book of the world. So I'm going to take you through the book real quick. You have a preface which talks about, the meaning of the deck, and she talks about the Golden Dawn structure behind the deck. She also offers some like required reading or some recommendations for prerequisite reading, I guess you could say. She highly recommends that you read like at least Book T and Liber Theta, which is basically just a thelemic version of Book T, and also Crowley's Book of Thoth, just to familiarize yourself at the very least with the structure of the tarot. This is just more information on Kabbalah, Thelema, astrology, some basics. She even introduces you to some of the themes that run through the deck here. The idea of a memory palace, or tarot as a memory palace, is fascinating. And this is a really cool one for me. This metaphor of the Sphinx that she refers to over and over and over again, and how it has, 4 powers: to will, to dare, to know, and to keep silent, each of which, of course, correspond to a suit in the minor arcana. And then there's also a 5th power of the Sphinx that sort of comes along when you've unified these other 4 powers, and the 5th is to go, and she references these Sphinx powers throughout the book, and they're referenced in the artwork of the deck too. It's just another layer that just makes this deck so rich and wonderful. The first place I ever saw this idea of these powers of the Sphinx and everything really spoken about in quite this way was in what's his name, Eliphas Levi, and I think it's Transcendental Magic. He talks about the Sphinx in this exact way, and it's really interesting. The only other place I've ever seen it talked about like this is by Aleister Crowley. And it kind of makes sense. He was obsessed with Eliphas Levi. Didn't he even say somewhere that he thought he was the reincarnation of Eliphas Levi? Crazy. But it's a beautiful idea: to will, to dare, to know, and to keep silent. Beautiful. Oh, another thing, I gotta say this about Emma Meleen and the way she writes. She's not pompous, not in the least. She's very down to earth, she's very humble, and that all comes across in this book. I think that's why, a lot of us have a hard time with Crowley sometimes and digesting his work and his writing. He can be grandiose. It's a lot of ego sometimes, and she is lacking ego. The way that she writes is very accessible and very down to earth. It's wonderful. She's even got this thing in the back here that I absolutely adore. Where is it? An anti-biography. Do you see that? That's what that says. Emma Meleen is not a member of any occult order unless it has a membership of 1. I think the same thing of myself. Love it. A graduate possessing any degrees, collegiate or fraternal. A learned scholar of anything in particular. She is not. She is not an exhibitor of artwork or a student of prestigious art school or an expert on Western Hermetic and mystery traditions. No, not. I just love her approach. I think I would want to include that if I ever wrote a book. I don't have any fucking degrees. I just love this shit, and I am a seeker, And that comes through in the way she writes. I love it. Okay, the next chapter here, real quick. This is one of the best few pages. It's just a couple pages, right? That I've ever read in my life, this little chapter. What it is you kind of hop into the place of the Fool in the Major Arcana, and she takes you through and visits every card in the Major Arcana, and sort of describes what's going on there. It's a beautiful little Fool's journey. So here, this is where you come to the Sun card, right? Dawn breaks and the sun rises. The solar barge on its passage through the zodiac arrives in glory. The fire of the world has awakened, and so have you. This beautiful, poetic description of the imagery on the card and what's really going on there. So here you come to the Judgment card, or the Aeon card. You are standing in front of a keyhole filled with primal fire. In the east, the solar disk rises. You hail your father, the point in the center of the circle. This is the flame that burns in every heart of man and in the core of every star. Around the disk is the goddess of the infinite starry sky, your mother, the queen of heaven. At the rapture of their union, you enter the chemical retort, to be consumed and reborn. Oh my God, isn't that beautiful? The way she describes this is just, it's gorgeous. All right, I'm going to read one more. This is the World card, or the Universe card. At birth, you exit a portal that looks familiar and yet changed. This is the other side of that wormhole. And you are the Holy Maiden, the Great One of the night of time. The aeons are the pulsing of your blood. This is the circle squared, the great work accomplished. This is nothing in its complete expansion. What? And then the nothing was not, and the journey begins again. No, not. And sacred geometry stuff. There is beautiful sacred geometry stuff all throughout this deck. One of the things I loved about her previous deck, the Rosetta Tarot. Great little touches. She's got quotes this is from the Once and Future King, quotes from all sorts of amazing sources, not just Crowley, although he is quoted quite a bit. But this is what the majors look like. You have a picture of the card, you have some of the associations, there's a quote for each one, and then she talks about what's going on the card. This is the Fool stepping into the wormhole. Wait till we see it in color. Oh my god. So it's a good few pages. And then at the very end here, there's a little spot called the Oracle, which talks a little bit more about some of the divinatory meanings. And then we get into the minors. She talks about the aces first. Boop, talks about the Tetragrammaton, of course. And then talks about the decans. You go through all the minors after that. There they are. So it's just a little bit less. Here's that deck comparison part. The Rider-Waite-Smith is mentioned, her previous deck, the Rosetta, the Thoth, and this deck, all sort of compared to each other, so it's wonderful. And you go through, that is obviously the bulk of the book. And then in the back you have all your court cards. She talks more about the Memory Palace back here. And then you go into, what is there, a spread or two, the Riddle of the Sphinx spread. I'm totally going to have to play with that. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's pretty much it. That is the amazingness of this book. It is already a favorite. Okay, guys. Oh my god, it's time. I'm so freaking excited right now. This is how it came. It has this little wrapping around it. Oh my god, I have no idea what this says, actually. It's written in Greek, it looks like. Yeah, I have no idea. Is that two words? I'm gonna have to look that up. And then it has a little sparkly sticker with a number on it, 289. I assume that's the number of my deck. Beautiful. And look at this box. This is a very unique way to do a tarot deck. It's almost like a jewelry box. It's a nice thick cardboard though. Oh my god. It has one of those lift out things like you get on the Rosetta Tarot tin. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a little white book in there, too. Look at that. There's a book. All right, hang on. This is what the box looks like. It does have that nice, thick ribbon, so you can leave your deck in there and use that ribbon to pull it right out. Gorgeous. Okay, you do get a beautiful little white book. Look at this with a ribbon going through it. I still think that the book is invaluable. I just loved it so much. I cannot recommend that highly enough. Oh, you know what, guys? Actually, they have the book on sale. They must have printed some books that the covers have some inconsistencies on, or something's messed up on the front cover. But I think the book is completely legible, and they're selling it for like $13. So check that out. Get that while you still can. Otherwise, you would just get this little white book with it, I guess. And then it's all still sealed. Ah! Oh my god, I see one! It's all still sealed. I'm going to open that. This is the card that came not sealed. Look at that. It is signed. Yep, that's the number of my deck. 289. This is all like that beautiful silver reflective. Can you see that? And you have the kind of a rosy cross sort of thing going on with the key. The 3 elements, the 7 planets, the 12 signs of the zodiac, all against the symbol of the world, really. It's a symbol of Malkut. It's a symbol of the world, of the universe, the circle with the cross in the center. And that's also the symbol of the Tabula Mundi tarot. Beautiful. And then can you guys see these backs? This is what the backs look like. Rainbows everywhere, which I love. The coloring on this is just stunning. And there's just so much amazingness going on. First of all, do you see the hologram? See that glistening rainbow? There's a holographic backing all throughout that area there. Isn't that gorgeous? Every time the light hits it, you get all the colors of the rainbow. And then this is Crowley's Word of the Aeon, right? Symbolizing the great work accomplished, basically, abrahadabra. In its complete form, and then broken all the way down. I think she describes the circle here in the book as if you're looking down through Keter at the top of the Tree of Life all the way down to Malkut. So it's giving you this relaying this idea of Keter in Malkut, spirit in the manifest world, in the universe, sort of. It's beautiful. You have sphinxes. These are sphinxes all around here, which is a huge theme with the deck. Crowley really liked the symbol of the sphinx. He talked about how the sphinx is a symbol for this completed man who reconciles the highest with the lowest, which is exactly what you see happening here, the highest with the lowest, Keter with Malkuth. She talks about the number 10 here is important as Malkuth. It's the one, the pillar, the line, and the zero, the void or the space, the male and the female, and then you have all the 4 signs of the tarot in there too, the pentacles, the wands, the swords, and the cups. Jesus, even the backs are like mind-blowing. I can't. This deck is going to be so much fun. Okay, it's happening. I'm opening it. Here we go. Don't cut the cards. Oh, it's free. It's released. Yay. Okay. Oh, I guess we're starting with the minor arcana. Yes, we are. We're starting with the, oh my God, how beautiful are these? Okay, so they are all pretty matte looking, actually. There's not a lot of sheen to that. You see how that reflects? They're very matte cards. They're a decent thickness. Yeah, look at how thick that deck is, huh? That's nice. It's like an off-white background. And you see the whole thing. There we go. Okay, so this deck, I feel like, I mean, plus it's the first time I'm really looking at it, even though I did read the book already. This is one of those decks, though, that if I stop and start talking about all the symbolism here, we will be here all day with every single card for reals. So I just want to kind of go through and show you guys. Oh my God. That is beautiful. Look they look nothing like the Thoth deck. Really, that really doesn't. Look at that. A lot of these I've never seen before. Wow, that's beautiful. Love her bee symbolism. And this is Phoenix down here. Oh, that's neat. Look at that. See, this is so different because this is really cool, actually. I think a lot of people might have a hard time utilizing a Thoth deck or any of the Golden Dawn decks because there's very little for you to draw on in the minor arcana, usually. I wouldn't quite call it a pip deck, but unless you are fully versed in every little bit of symbolism, it can be a little hard to use. Now, this really does rely very heavily still on all sorts of occult symbols and stories being told, and there's there's a reason behind every little thing on this card. Card is fucking gorgeous. Wow. Look at the volcano. Isn't the 5 of Wands in the Daughters of the Moon tarot Pele, the goddess Pele, with her volcano erupting too? I like that. But yeah, there's a lot more, I think, to draw on here than... oh, look at that. There's a lot more imagery, a little bit more of a... Well, it might not be a scene like the Rider-Waite-Smith. I still think that there's a lot more visually to draw on. This deck is definitely... Oh, it's both. It's a cognitive deck and it's an intuitive deck. It is literally 50-50. And I love that. Oh, look at her artwork. I love this. This is 7 of Wands. So down here at the bottom on each of the minor arcana cards, anyway, you have the name of the card, you have the title, or the keyword, whatever you want to call it, which is exactly the same as you would find in your Thoth deck on these cards. And then you have your decans. You have the zodiac sign on the left here, and on the right you have its rulership. So this is... Leo, ruled by Mars. There it is. There's no numbering on the cards either. Like in the Thoth deck, you have an actual, the number of the card is on there also. So there's something else that's really friggin' neat about the minor arcana here. I'm actually glad we hopped into them first. Look at those Mercury sandals. And that is that in every single card in the minor arcana, based on these 2 associations, Sagittarius and the Moon, whatever 2 cards that these are associated with in the major arcana, you have art or temperance here, and the Moon is the High Priestess. So that's the 2 cards that you are going to see heavily depicted in the minor arcana image up here. And when we get to it, like I showed you on the bumper sticker, actually, here I have it. That's what the image for temperance or art looks like, and you can clearly see that depicted in the Minor Arcana card here. She does it to different extents in different card, and then you have the scroll here, like you'll see in the High Priestess card when we get to it. So isn't that cool? There, and every single one is like that. It draws to some degree from the Major Arcana cards that would be associated with the decans. There's your Ten of Wands. Oh, that's beautiful. There's an Ouroboros back there. There's like snakes on almost every single card in this deck. And then I really do like for her court cards, she still really drew very heavily from like book T descriptions. You know, they're still very very familiar. This feels very reminiscent of the Rosetta. I feel like I see the Rosetta Tarot a little bit more in all the court cards. Oh, look at that color. And like I said, all the colors still comes right out of the Golden Dawn color scales and associations. Oh, Princess. My Earth Amazon Princess Warrior. I love her. Beautiful. Oh, a little bit more muted colors now. She did keep all the artwork. She used the same medium to create all the artwork for this entire deck. And I only mention that because in the Rosetta Tarot, for each suit, and then the Major Arcana too, she did like a different style of art for each one of those, which was such a cool way to go. But that wasn't done with this deck. It's all feels very, very cohesive in that way. Oh, they're like horse mermaids or something. Beautiful. The other thing I think is really neat is that all of the suit symbols are kind of, yeah, look at that. Like here you have these serpent cups, but still kind of classic cups. That's cool. Here your 4 cups are moon phases. Oh, great. She doesn't represent each of the suits the same in every picture, not at all. You have different kind of cups here, and different kind of cups here. Oh, those serpent cups again. Love. And here the cups are tube Tauruses. Oh, cool. That's exactly the image you see on the World card. Oh, I love these guys. These 3 little animals, the lemur, the owl, and this interesting creation that she's done. It's a hand serpent, the hand of a person and the body of a snake. But those are the 3 animals that you see around the Wheel of Fortune. And that is here because of its Jupiter association. She talks about the wishbone in the book, everything. She talks about all the symbolism that is used here and what it means. Poppy pod, all the cups are poppy pods. How powerful is that Knight of Cups? Oh my god. That is a peacock up there too. Peacocks everywhere. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's gorgeous. This is taking my breath away. This style of art, I love it. Oh, I can't wait to use this. She's got Vajras in there. And scorpions. And the eagle has a fish skeleton in his claws. Oh, the Cups court cards are amazing. Look at that lotus. And that's a big old moon behind her. All of the esoterica. Oh, it's so good. Here's your 2 of Swords. And you see the 2 pillars like on the High Priestess card because of your moon associations. And then you see the scales of justice because of the Libra association here. So even though, like I said before, I'm not always down with all of those correspondences, she still gets at the meaning of the card in such a unique and really cool friggin' way. I love it. Here's your 4 of Swords called Truce. Oh, look at the detail. I am just oohing and eyeing. They're beautiful. Oh, look at the Science card, 6 of Swords. That's our solar system. Oh, that's really cool. You'll see lots of this as a galaxy and everything, but you'll see the divine proportion, the divine spiral, all these great sacred geometric references, and Seven of Swords, futility. Eight of Swords. Oh, the color of that burgundy is to die for. You know, a lot of the symbolism is familiar if you're familiar with the Thoth deck, and yet it's still, there's so much new stuff. Some of these cards even, you'll see, especially when we get to the major arcana, she kind of blends a Thoth and a Rider-Waite-Smith. She goes there with some of the meanings, and when she talks about these cards too, it's really cool. Oh, here's some more court cards. Queen of Swords. For all the courts, she does have their elemental associations. There's Water of Air. And then Air of Air for the Prince of Swords. Look at those guys. That's right out. Everything's all right out of Book T. That's great. And your Princess of Swords, Earth of Air. Look at this. There's so much going on. Everything she talks about, all the Tetragrammaton associations. You see that on the cards there too. And into her discs. Ace of Discs. Oh my god. All right, we have to talk about this card. I want to talk about every single card. There's so much going on. Where to even start? This is Babylon is written here, the symbol of Babylon. You have Harpocrates in an egg being not yet opened, fertilized by this lotus of the Nile, resting upon the hills of Malkut down here. Because this is the Hay final of the Tetragrammaton and is associated with Earth and Malkut. Can you see the crocodile god Sebek creeping out from the hills of Malkut there? There he is. It's the same god, or you'll often see him just represented as a crocodile, but the same that you see on the Fool card in the Thoth deck, Sebek. This is the magic square of the beast, 666. And all this adds up to, was it 156? All the numbers in here. There's all this cool number shit going on. I won't get into it. But basically one of the things I love that's sort of going on here is Harpocrates is sort of, she talks about it in the book, but he's considered like the dawn of the day against the Nile, or dawn breaking over the Nile, something like that. So the psychologic correspondence or metaphor there is just that of awakening. And that really is the job of Sebek also, which is why you see him on the Fool card. He's the devourer. He's the dangers of incarnation. But that is the path to awakening through matter, through manifestation. I love how Crowley describes it in the Book of Thoth, how when he's talking about the Fool card anyway, with the flick of the wrist, you take this symbol of the Hay final and Earth and boop, transform it and rebirth it, break out of this egg back into Yod, back into fire, back to the beginning of the Tetragrammaton, Yahweh, Yod, back to the beginning. So you see what I mean? There is just so much to draw from, so many stories in each card. Every little symbol is representative of something great, of something big, something spiritual. And I love that. I don't think I did a good job of explaining that card, but you get the gist. Oh yeah, she utilizes I Ching in the book also. She talks about I Ching correspondences. 2 of discs. Here's your 3 of discs. Oh, I love that card. Isn't that good? That's your 3 alchemical symbols, mercury, salt, and sulfur. He looks like a green man. I forget what he's supposed to be. 4 of discs, though. And you still have the castle down there. That's a cool view of the castle, like you see in the Thoth deck. Beautiful. 5 of discs. You'll see when we get to the magician, he's like a DJ at a turntable, and he with the Mercury association for the 5 of discs. That's why you have that there. Pomegranates for the High Priestess for the moon. And then the keys for the Hierophant for Taurus. So good. 7 of discs, failure. 8 of discs. And the 9 of discs. And the 10 of discs in the shape of the Tree of Life. Alright, our last core cards here is the Knight of Discs. Oh, beautiful. Prince of Discs, Heir of Earth. And your princess. Oh, she's beautiful. Earth of Earth. Often a favorite. You can see those same hills of Malkut underneath her feet. Oh, good. I'm glad they're in order from the Fool on. Okay, here are the major arcana. Oh my god, look at that. So there is your Sebek, your crocodile. Look at this. He's more of like a Rider-Waite-Smith Fool carrying walking off a cliff basically, but he's stepping off into like a wormhole in space. And the butterflies and the tiger, just everything is there. He's even got all the planets tattooed on him. What is that? Oh no, it's sun and moon and the alchemical trinity. Look at that, mercury, sulfur, and salt. Can you see those tattoos on him? There they are. Oh my god. And then it looks like water flowing and lava or fire flowing. He's about to go on some journey. Here's the DJ magician I was talking about. Here called the Magus. And then all the majors, they have the Hebrew association and then their astrological association. That's all they have on the cards. No numbers. Look at this, like a Fibonacci. Oh, it's beautiful. The turntable is the pentacle, the cup, the hand grasping a sword, and you have a wand right here. It looks like it's radiating a circular light. He's actually holding that galaxy in his hands, too. This is one of those, like, modern, new meets old. I don't even know how to describe it. It's outside of time. It's outside of reality, this deck. She calls him the mix master of the cosmic turntable. So good. Here is your priestess. See what I mean about like this combination of Thoth and a bit of Rider-Waite-Smith. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? She's wearing the headdress of Isis. These pomegranates are hearts. There's just, I can't. This is supposed to be a harp in the center here. There's little lines. That's kind of hard to see there, but yeah, she's playing a lyre or a harp. Oh, look at this empress. Like, I know that chick. Look at the door opens up to her heart. She's got wings of an angel. She's wearing earrings that are seashell spirals. The honeycomb heart with the bees here. And there's your Venus symbol. It is so bright and cheerful. I love this Empress card. She's got a lotus wand in her hands. Check this out too. If you look at the heart hive here and where the bees are, they all follow this line coming right out, and it's the golden spiral. It's that. It's the phi. It's the divine proportion. It's the magic number that creates everything that is nature, creates the beauty of nature. It creates beauty, creates life. She mentions it in the book, actually. If you divide the number of female bees by the number of male bees in a hive, you actually get the golden ratio. You get, 1.618, and so on and so forth, and never ending. Isn't that amazing? And how appropriate is everything we just said for the Empress. And here is your amazing Emperor. Look at all the reds. So you have symbols of the great architect, really, right? With the square and the compass. The Empress was behind two moons. The Emperor here is standing behind two suns, or sunflowers even. She uses this Ozymandias reference in Rosetta Tarot also, and I love that. It's caution against hubris, and really sort of a reminder that everything physical will eventually be destroyed, will eventually decline. And then this is my favorite part of the card. Check this out. This has a great tie-in with the Empress too. The shapes behind him, they're all Fibonacci sequence. Those rectangles, you know, and you connect them, you create this spiral. And that's what the Tzadi fishhook sort of is doing there too, creating that golden spiral. But it's all, you see the entirety of the Fibonacci sequence back there. Which is so perfect because you have the actual spiral here, and then you have that which approximates it here and tries to duplicate it, tries to replicate it. So really what you have is the rational form of this irrational phi spiral, you know, it's the rational version of that. So it's perfect, Emperor and Empress. There's so much more, you guys. You have to read this book. It's friggin' amazing. Here is the Hierophant. Oh, so good. These keys, the lovers. Look at the lovers. That same honeycomb bee thing going on behind them. Oh, this is a favorite too. Check out the surfing chariot. She talks a lot about what's going on beneath the waters with these guys. They're like half mermaid, I think, half fish. So good. He's got the Holy Grail on his surfboard. There's the adjustment card that we saw before. It's your Justice. And number 9, the Hermit, with Cerberus behind him. All his wheat and Virgo associations. Here's those 3 animals I was talking about before. Around the wheel of fortune, just called fortune here. And then strength is called lust at number 11, although it's unnumbered. This is a truly beautiful card, isn't it? Let me zoom in a bit. If you're lion, a giant rose. Look at that headdress. She's on fire. She herself is like a bird, a sphinx. The tail winds up her arm, turns into a serpent. Here's your Odin as the Hanged Man. I love the unfolded rosy crosses, and you fold them up, they become a cube. The serpent over here is missing his left eye, and Odin is missing his right eye. And then in the well of Mimir is a giant eye. I can't. It's so good. It's so good. Death, I love what they've done back here. She's, because, you know, the Great Pyramid is not a tomb. We know this. It is an initiation chamber. And she's pointed out the stars that correspond to each chamber on the Death card here. Here's your Temperance or your Art card. Okay, this is definitely a favorite too. This is gorgeous card. This is supposed to be like Artemis or Diana, right? The shooting her arrow, goddess of the hunt, which is great for the Sagittarian associations. It's also the images or the people in the Lovers card combined. It's the white eagle and the red lion that we saw in the Lovers card combined. It's cool because it also creates the green lion of alchemy, within which all mysteries are hidden, all the secrets are hidden. And the green lion, of course, is associated with that alchemical motto, vitriol, which stands for basically visit the interior of the earth, and rectifying, you will find the hidden stone, the philosopher's stone. Look at this devil card. Holy crap, right? The Saturnian and Capricorn. She's got a great way of incorporating all these symbols into the image, so they're just so cohesive. I have the DNA strands everywhere. His feet stretch out to form the DNA and wrap around. Giant eye. Tower. That one looks very Thoth. Just really very much, always to me, looked very much like what you see in the old Parisian Marseille, with the giant mouth of the hellhound breathing fire, just like you see on this card, and the Thoth. Star card, look at her. She's bathing in the heavens, bathing in stars, washing herself clean. She's literally grasping the sun and the moon, one in each hand, too. Gorgeous. And you have your 8 stars up there. And another beautiful spiral. Okay, this may be one of the most beautiful moon cards of all time. You have the 2 gates here, or the 2 towers, right? Or the gates of horn and ivory. And which is just really cute. But that has to do with, distinguishing between true and fake dreams, true and false dreams. You have the lines of palmistry and the moon and Neptune on the palmistry hands, and that symbol also is a way to it's a mudra to ward off evil, basically. And then the headpiece, whatever she's called, on the front of a ship, is what she is really. She comes out of Greek mythology, and she's said to be related to Nyx, the goddess of the night, and the god of sleep, and they sent you dreams that were either prophetic and true, or false and a lie from one of the 2 gates. It all comes together. She's got the hand of a lobster or a crayfish, and she's half snake and bat-winged and holding a poppy pod. This scarab over here is mechanical, holding a bright, eerie pearl. And then the lines of the water back here are the brainwave patterns that you get during sleep. That's what that is back there. And then the sun card. Glorious. Everything is explained in the book. Your Aeon card or your Judgment card. Beautiful. Remember in the beginning when we described Father Sun and Mother Moon off behind it? That was the Aeon card. We were walking through all the phases of the moon. And you have your alchemical process taking place in the center. Boom, the sun rises, and you have Stonehenge right there. The calendar marking the sunrise on the equinox, perhaps. Yeah, take that in. And last but not least, the universe. How gorgeous is that? It was beautiful tube tours. It's like the other end of the wormhole. The great work has been accomplished. And holy crap, it's gorgeous. Look at that. The spinning wheels, the spinning universes. You have the tetractys up here. It's like the tetragrammaton and the tree of life all in one. So where the fool entered the wormhole before, you now come out this other end. You come out the tube torus here as completely transformed. You are now the bride. You are Malkut. The Ouroboros portal is still here. And the great work is accomplished, right? And you are ready for return. She says something beautiful in the book here. It's a quick paragraph. There are infinite ways to say the same thing. The fool and the universe, the beginning and the end, the eye of Shiva, the alpha and the omega, Keter and Malkut, the infinitely contracted point and the ever-expanding cross and circle. Life and death, the Ouroboros, as above, so below, the highest and the lowest, the portal, the Vesica Pisces, the Shem Hamphresh, the final hay, the spiral forces. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, that is the Tabula Mundi, Coloris Arcus, guys. How gorgeous. I'm gonna do a quick little shuffle here. Oh, they shuffle good. Oh, and I can bridge them lovely, too. They're such a good size. Oh, I guess I should show you the size. Let's see. They're definitely much bigger than a Centennial Rider-Waite Smith. Like a good inch, maybe a ½ inch taller and like an inch wider. They're much bigger. This is them compared with the small version of the Thoth deck. Yeah, a good inch taller and almost an inch wider than that, too. They are a nice size, though. They fit well in my hands. They bend reasonably easily. good quality cards. Meleen, you have friggin' outdone yourself. I can't. This deck is gonna be so much fun. I can't recommend it highly enough. I haven't really played with it yet, but the book itself is worth getting everything for. The book is phenomenal. I'm gonna go play with my new deck, and I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.